what I liked, and it seemed like the dumbest feature on the Apple IIc was the bell button.
The bell button?
Shift G and it would ring a bell that was in the computer.
Really?
What was the point of that? You're playing the game. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, I think it would do like a beep.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the beep button.
Oh, I always thought it was an actual bell.
No, it's not an actual bell.
Why would they mount a bell in the computer?
I know. No. There was like a beep that you could do. Well, it was useful if you were like programming a game and you wanted to have a something beep.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that was cool about it, I remember, is you'd be programming something in BASIC, and if you wanted it to beep at a certain point, there wasn't like a command that you put in for that.
Mm-hmm.
What you would do is you would just put the cursor over the letter where you wanted it to beep, and do the Control G.
Oh, okay.
And it would remember that.
Like highlighted or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would remember it invisibly. Like, I don't know how it did it exactly, but so you would do that, and sometimes I would want it to beep as it was spelling out a word, like beep 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 beep. So I would do that for each letter, and then it would do that. But then it was funny because when you'd be listing the program, it would do it as it was listing the program. So it'd be like going through all the code, and then suddenly beep 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 beep, and then through the rest of it.
Well, I learned to program in BASIC quite a bit on the graphing calculators.
Oh yeah.
I actually got pretty good with it. It'd be funny. I'd be sitting in classes or whatever, and that's all I would do.
Yeah.
Grade 11 and 12 math, once I got to use those things, that's all I did. I just sat there and wrote programs.
I basically got to the point where I could do like choose your own adventure type games.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the extent. I couldn't do like proper text adventures that would have like a what they call a parser, like an actual vocabulary and such. That was a little beyond what I, ended up learning. But doing just choose your own adventure things was really easy because it's like, you'd say if you choose A, go to this line of the program.
Yeah.
And it would be the next part of the story. And then if you choose B, go to this line of the program and stuff like that. So I was trying to, I started actually writing out this big, I wanted it to be like the most elaborate choose your own adventure program like story ever. So like every single choice would lead to like 100 different choices and stuff. So I was writing the whole thing out on paper first because I had to, basically. It would have been just ridiculously complicated to do on the fly.
Yeah.
And I got to like choice 20. I was just like,
I'm just bored of this.
Well, because there was getting to be so many variations of the story that even I was having trouble keeping track of it all. I was like, God, okay. Because I didn't want it to be just... Basically, my thought was, because I used to read a lot of the Choose Your Own Adventure books when I was a kid.
Oh, those are great.
And I thought, the one thing that always bugged me about them was it was like the choices were always so simplistic. It was like, go this way, you live. Go this way, you die. Well, how about if you go this way and you might die eventually, but you still have a chance to get out of it if you do something else. So I wanted to have it like that. And, the concept was sound, and it was perfectly doable. It's just a matter of... it got really complicated to write. But I wanted it to be like, even if you did get out of dying in that one situation, you could still continue on. But because of what had happened earlier on, because of those choices you made, things would be slightly different later.
Right.
Which meant, because of the way I was doing it, I had to write every story completely separately. And every permutation of it completely separately. And manually incorporate all those variations into it as I went, and
Quite ahead of your time.
it's perfectly doable. It's just very complicated and time consuming.
It's like the Raymond project right there.
It was ridiculously complex for what it was.